Welcome back to In Your City Show. We've got another hot list segment here for you today, and it's Mark Sutherland. It's going to sound like he came all the way from Britain today, but
across the pond.
Right. To talk with us. He is the co-owner and CEO of Stone Ledge Spirits, located in the city of Defiance. So welcome to the show, and thank you for bringing alcohol.
You know, everybody likes me when I show up.
I
show
bet
up with
they
whiskey
do.
And vodka.
I
should have started this years ago.
You should have.
You'd
Have so many more
right.
friends,
well, we can
wouldn't
take care
you?
of that too.
Hey, is Stone Ledge going to come out with its own cigar?
We do eventually want to do that.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that
we absolutely
idea.
Do want to do that.
So you've got this brilliant, as Mark would say, new project that is just booming. You're already coming out with another product. So why don't you go ahead, give us a little bit of background. I know that I love Stowloch, did I say that correctly?
Correct.
Has a great meaning behind it. There's a lot of where your alcohol comes from, the process of it, back up, or should I say up there in the Ozarks? Where is that? Down there,
Down
up
there
there?
in the Ozarks.
Down there,
down
there in the Ozarks. The quality, everything that goes on with it, and so that we don't butcher it, we'd love you to tell the story of Stowloch.
No, absolutely.
Educate us.
Yes.
So I'm not from around here.
Can you tell?
Came to America back in 1989, fell in love with Missouri. Brilliant state, brilliant people, love the region.
It's the brilliant
and then
word.
over the course of the years, got to know the Ozark Highlands and the Ozark Mountains. Loved going boating there, loved the nature, just enjoyed it for what it is. And then more recently discovered that it's actually called the Ozark Highlands, and it's been called the Ozark Highlands since the early 1800s. And throughout that history, there has been some phenomenal distilling that has gone on because of the massive limestone shelf that stretches from mid-Missouri down through into halfway down Arkansas that creates a limestone filtered natural mineral water that is a really good water for making spirits. Combine that with the natural Missouri white oak, which majority of barrels in the world called American oak are actually Missouri white oak. You've got those two essential elements of making aged spirits. Whiskey is what we do, that has just a phenomenal history throughout the region.
Incredible.
And so we decided a few years ago that, hey, we're gonna launch our own distillery. We're gonna take this, we're gonna go national, we're gonna go international, and we're really gonna highlight the Missouri that we see that could go head to head and could win against Tennessee and Kentucky and really become known as a center of high quality spirits. So we launched Stowloch last year. It's 4-year-old Missouri Ozark Highlands whiskey. It's a bourbon mash bill, but it's not a bourbon. We'll get a little bit more creative than that. We do some toasting of the barrels as well as charring the barrels. But what you end up with a really smooth product.
So toasting to me is this. What does toasting mean of the barrel?
You're basically cooking the barrel.
Okay.
It's like a piece of toast.
Okay.
So what that does, it seems to enhance the caramel flavor in the final product. Traditional bourbons, you char, which is high heat on the inside of the barrel. We do that as well for some of our barrels, but not all of them. So it's technically not a bourbon, even though it tastes like a bourbon to a lot of people. But it is an Ozark Highlands whiskey or an American whiskey.
So what is, for someone that's, not very knowledgeable, I just order old fashioned, what is the difference between bourbon and whiskey? I thought they were the same.
So bourbon is whiskey, whiskey is not necessarily bourbon. So you have Scotch whiskey, you have Irish whiskey. Bourbon requires at least 51% corn. It requires a charred new barrel, and it has to be made in America. Those are the 3 requirements for a bourbon.
I did not know. Did you know that?
No, and I get educated every time I talk to him about this process. And kind of tell us, because you said something about last year, but 4 years ago. So last year it was released, but 4 years ago you started it. So is that how long the process takes?
So for our whiskey, it's at least 4 years in Missouri oak barrels. Missouri passed legislation last year that kind of codified that 200-year history of distilling and said in law what you can call an Ozark Highlands spirit. Big requirement for an aged product.
You have a law for it. That's interesting.
Same with bourbon, same with Scotch, same with champagne. It's kind of that regional. So they set up the region. Anything that's aged has to be at least 4 years, has to be in a Missouri-made barrel, and you have to start with all natural limestone filtered water.
What happens if you sell out and you're waiting, or do you keep doing new every year so that you're always stay caught? I mean, what do you do?
We have new barrels going up all the time.
Okay.
So, but it is a limited commodity.
Sure.
We also just released our vodka, which is, again, high quality, very, very smooth InverXion vodka, but that only takes us 2 months.
Okay,
Whereas
that's a
the
little bit
whiskey
quicker.
takes us
we
close
have
to
bottle
5 years.
100, don't we, or something like that we
We have
purchased?
bottle 100. Yes.
Batch 1, bottle 100, yeah. So we're already on batch 3. We got batch 4 through 8 bottling right
opening it.
now. Yeah,
No,
Maybe a
no.
special
you
occasion.
might know somebody
This
who
is
can help
this is
provide
going to
you
be
with some
worth
wins.
something someday.
will.
We have 100 of how many?
Yeah, so it's going well, very well received. Lots
Yeah.
of people are loving it. They try it. They're impressed with it. We've just started releasing the vodka as well, and people are equally impressed with that. So, you know, the whiskey, it's really a celebration of 200 years of Missouri. And
I like
we're
that.
the next chapter in that 200-year history. There's a lot of other great distilleries out there as well. There's 27 distilleries in the Ozark Highlands. There's 51 statewide in Missouri. And they're all different, and they're all good, and fully encourage people to just immerse themselves in what I hope is going to be a distillery scene that competes against and wins against those other states.
Now you
Those
keep
other
saying
states.
competes and wins. Now speaking of that, you just won something, didn't you?
We did. So we, 4 months out of after release, we decided to enter the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. It's the largest and most prestigious spirit competition in the world, and we got silver. And so
awesome.
that was very much
fantastic.
not expected.
Yeah.
We knew it was good, but we didn't realize it was that good. Well, I did, I guess. I'm biased, though. But yeah, we were actually thrilled to receive that third-party validation that this is some pretty phenomenal whiskey.
So when something like that happens and you win this award, does that press release go around all the people who sell? Where is your place that you want to place that? And do they get that notice that you won that makes them want to get their hands on that?
Yeah, I mean, some of them receive it. I mean, general press releases that
Or
go
you just
out.
carry it around with you?
I do carry it around. I have stickers that I walk past the stores, and if they have bottles on the shelves already, I put the stickers on. But no, a lot of this is relationship. I'm out meeting with all the stores in Missouri. We're self-distributed in Missouri, and that's deliberate. We will probably eventually go with a distributor in the state. But right now, we are building relationships. This is something to celebrate in Missouri. This is something that people are really enjoying. It brings the good thing about whiskey. It brings people together. It's community.
Yes, it
it's
does.
friends.
Sometimes too close.
We won't talk about that.
You start getting closer as you the next with every sip.
So you have the whiskey, you have the vodka. Do we have anything else in the works for?
Well, nothing in the works. I definitely.
This
don't
is
wanna-
enough right now, right?
I do want to do a gin at a certain point. We will do age statements as our whiskey gets older. So, once you get to 8 years, 10 years, you can do things like that. Right now, we're getting it all across Missouri. We're about to enter Florida. We just finalized the deal for distribution of the vodka down in Florida. We're about to
Fantastic.
enter the United Kingdom. That's getting finalized for the whiskey.
Do you know someone over there?
I might know a few people. Yes.
I love that before we leave you is Stowloch. I don't think I heard you say, but apparently Stowloch is holy water.
It is. So Stow is 7th century Old English for holy place.
Okay.
And Loch is Gaelic for lake or water.
So it's
And
almost like I'm getting rid of my sins as
the
I have a drink.
name is actually translated holy water.
It's like it's blessing me.
If you drink
It's
enough of it,
definitely
you'll
a
scare
blessing.
Satan right out of you.
Mark Sutherland, thank you so much for visiting with us today
My
and
pleasure.
sharing your product that is just getting hugely
Recognized.
and spread amongst Missouri. And then, like you said, I mean, my gosh, you're going into another country. So that's quite incredible. We thank you for sharing it and coming to us from the city of Defiance. And we'll keep watching you grow and
Comes
be
highly
brilliant
recommended.
as you are. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks
Mark
so much.
Sutherland, you'll need to check it out for yourself. Where can someone go if they want to get a bottle of
So
Stowloch
all over the region.
or InverXion, your vodka?
Yeah, so Total Wine, Beer Source, Wine and Cheese, Grillos, ABV, Dogwood, Friar Tuck's. They're all carrying
So you're in
at least
big
the whiskey
names.
and the vodka's slowly spreading into those as well because we just released that.
And your website, is that going to be all at Stone Ledge Distillery?
StoneLedgeDistillery.com.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, you heard it from Mark Sutherland himself. Thank you for sharing your time with us. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.